This is the most important government job on the planet. We're about to turn over the conservative movement to a person that has no ideas of any substance on the important issues, the nuclear codes of the United States, to an erratic individual. What was the damage? Was this stolen and sold to the Iranians, sold to the Saudis, given over to the Russians? That allegation's not made in that indictment. No one's made that allegation. So at the end of the day, we have to weigh the damage of the indictment versus the damage of the allegations if proven true. And it's just not even a fair way.
Senator Marco Rubio's evolution on Donald Trump's access to and handling of classified documents.
Yeah, I agree. It's not even a close call. You weigh whether you believe, as the 11th Circuit said, that the foundational principle of this country, that no man is above the law, and you balance that against whatever Marco was saying we should balance it against. And that's fine. But Willie, I just you will notice of all of the noise out there, of all the ground noise, nobody is saying he is innocent. Nobody is saying he did not commit the crimes that will put him in jail for over 100 years if convicted on all things.
I can't think of one person who has said this man did not do it.
So what they say is, well, what about Hillary? And I mean,
but they had a long time to do that.
We got a smart lawyer here.
Yeah, we have. Should we do the intro?
I'm just a simple. No, because I'm just a simple country lawyer.
Right,
I don't really know the way you do things sequentially or whatever. But I will tell you this, Willie. What is so fascinating is
good. We've got a great group.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah.
What's so fascinating is they don't say he's innocent.
No.
They all basically say he's guilty, but what about Hillary, right?
Yep.
2 tiers of justice, right? First of all, yes, the Obama administration under James Comey twice closed the case. But that's Obama. What about Donald Trump? What about Donald Trump's Justice Department? It's not like they weren't talking about it. They were talking about convicting or bringing charges against Hillary, a special counsel against Hillary. In 2016, while he was running, he talked about it, said after he got elected, no. 2017, he brought it up again. They came to the conclusion, no, can't. In 2018, brought it up again. There's not a case there. Time and time again, they looked into it. It wasn't like Donald Trump said, oh, you know what, I'm going to be cool now that I'm in the White House. He raged on in 2017. He raged on in 2018. They looked at it. His legal counsel said there's nothing there. So when these people say 2 tiers of justice and you're going after Donald Trump, they need to turn the mirror back on themselves, because it was the Trump DOJ that said no charges should be brought against Hillary for the same reason that Comey said it at the end. Comey's exact words: no reasonable prosecutor would ever bring charges with the facts of this case.
Yeah, and the 3-year Justice Department investigation into Hillary Clinton's email server, which concluded in 2019, found, quote, no deliberate mishandling of classified information, nothing systemic.
Was she subpoenaed, and did she scurry away with her server, running into the woods with it? Was she subpoenaed?
She testified.
Yeah.
She actually met with the FBI. She gave information. And to your point, President Trump asked Barr to look into this. So it's, you can't even just say it's Comey. This is Comey and Barr. So if you know that if there was anything there that was sort of intentional, she would have been charged.
There was, and by the way, there was also another attorney general at the time, a fella named Jeff Sessions from Alabama, who wasn't going to cut Hillary Clinton
with Hillary.
any slack. And they concluded, the IG, there was evidence, if anything, there was evidence of a conscious effort to avoid sending classified information by writing around the most sensitive material. This is what the Inspector General said. As then FBI Director James Comey put it, no reasonable prosecutor would bring such a case. And looking back at our investigation into mishandling or removal of classified information, we cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts. This is against Hillary. Then Trump's people came in. Sessions was the attorney general. Trump raged. Indict her, bring a special counsel.
Lock her up.
Lock her up.
Lock her up.
They were told again, no, there's nothing there, Mr. President. There's nothing there. He talked to his White House counsel, Don McGahn, said, no, we can't. There's not a crime there. Why do I bring all this up? Because there's a big, giant white shark, great white, a legal great white circling Donald Trump and now the entire Republican Party. And if this is all they have, they're going to need a bigger boat because this is not going to do it.
Here's the additional thing I ask everyone around the table. At the peak of the right-wing anti-Hillary crusade around the emails, right? Can anybody here remember what it was that the most dramatic piece of classified material that she was supposed to have mishandled was? Nobody can, because it was all about volume.
By the way, they can't even. They were trying to figure out. Wait, is that C? What does that stand for? Right. They couldn't even figure out. They get the classified markings wrong.
Yes, and so you had Trump always talking about the volume. There's 30,000 emails that we can't account for, but there was never anything where even in the fever swamps, they never said anything like, "Hey, you know what Hillary did? Was up in Chappaqua, she shared with somebody the American plan for an invasion of Iran,
our nuclear secrets,
or nuclear secrets." It's just even in their most crazed conspiracy theorists, conspiracy-addled minds, they couldn't come up with anything like what has been detailed, anything close, anything in the same universe, let alone zip code of what's detailed in this indictment. And so, if you put the whole Hillary Clinton, just have to put the whole Hillary Clinton aside. Of course, the Republican arguments about it are ridiculous, and I will say consistent. When he was impeached the first time, they said the same thing, which was no one defended him in the first impeachment. No one defended him in the second impeachment. No one has defended him in any time he's been hauled in front of any kind of judicial proceeding. Everybody just plays the game of deflection.
Willie, they know
distraction.
They know he's guilty as charged. Why are we starting the show this way? Well, first of all, because I'm
for the 24 hours, all we've heard about
type of guy. But this actually blows up. This blows up every argument that little Marco and everybody else puts out there.
And a lot of TV hosts.
And TV hosts blows it out of the water because when they say unequal application of justice, they're attacking Donald Trump.
Just do your
and his DOJ and Jeff Sessions and Barr.
The reason Speaker McCarthy, when asked again yesterday, jumps from what do you make of the indictment to Hillary Clinton bleached her email server back in the day is because the step in between there would be to defend what Donald Trump did, and it's indefensible.
It's impossible.
Right? It's just indefensible. So when you see those photographs, when you see all the charges that are made in that document, there's no way to go out and say, well, I think we can say that maybe there's a way out of this for him. Marco Rubio, by the way, who's now shrugging at all of this and saying, what are you going to do? It wasn't so bad. He's the ranking member of the Intelligence Committee in the Senate. He's the leading Republican on intelligence. Does he really believe this isn't a big deal? And if he does, we ought to look into that.
Yeah, we got problems. We got real problems when people are supposed to be protecting America's secrets, where they say they don't give a damn about America's secrets in so many words, that they care about a failed reality TV show host and a cult leader more than they actually care about security. And George Conway, let me bring you in here right here. George, this is a crazy thing. Marco Rubio, when he was running the Intel Department, when he was running the Intel Committee, the Senate Intel Committee, he and the other Republicans who were in the majority said Donald Trump's 2016 campaign caused a direct counterintelligence threat to the national security, a grave threat to the national security of the United States of America. Now Marco's going, what? I see nothing. He's a clown now. He's turned himself into a clown. From Donald Trump saying we can't trust him with nuclear codes, that's 2016, little Marco, to saying Donald Trump caused a grave counterintelligence threat to America's national security, to now, what? See no evil, hear no evil, do no evil.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous, and it makes no sense in particular because this unequal justice argument elides the fact that Trump wasn't charged with simply having these materials. He wasn't charged with simply taking them out of the White House. He was charged with doing all the things that, leaving apart the differences between the kind of information that was in Hillary's emails and the kind of information that was in Trump's boxes. Trump was engaged in obstruction in a way that Hillary did not, and it's just a huge difference, and among many others, and the fact that Rubio can say these things just shows that he is completely unprincipled and shameless, and getting worse, if anything.
Well.